Venezuela, a land of breathtaking natural beauty, but also one scattered by political turmoil, economic collapse, and a massive unrest. A fascinating but complex country which we are stepping into today.
Welcome here today in Caracas, Venezuela, and today we're going to take the metro in a second to go to the city center and explore a little bit what there is all to see over there, how the city is like right now. Yeah, just see how it is. So right now we're going to enter the metro Chacao. That's the place where we stay at. The metro is really beautiful. It's a very old style. It looks still like it's from the 1980s. It looks like nothing has changed ever since. So usually you need a Venezuelan ID card to buy a ticket to get in. Of course we only have a passport, which is usually a problem, but if we ask nicely, they will let us in through the security. So we just need to ask nicely. So once again, me and Roberto, we got in for free. We just need to say, hey, we're tourists, we only have passports. And they say like, oh, okay, it's impossible to buy a ticket. You can just go for free.
Then our metro arrived, who's gonna take us to the city center of Caracas. The metro is the main means of transport in Caracas, transporting more than 1 million people per day.
Okay, we just got off in the station Capitolio, which is the city center, and we're leaving the metro now. I'm gonna explore a little bit what there all is to see over here, the parliament, president house, and many more beautiful things. Okay, over here we are entering the first stop we want to see, and it's the parliament house. It's the house where the parliament is. It looks like a very beautiful white building with a lot of big trees around. And maybe we'll be able to see it later on, but usually there are a lot of beautiful macaws. Arab macaws, there are a lot of them. They're just flying around here in the city. They all belong to the president, and it's very beautiful to see them. We arrived at the park, Plaza Bolívar, just across the parliament, which is over there. It's a very beautiful park, and there's a lot of decorations hanging right now, decorations which are for Carnival, which is going to be soon as well, even though it's not celebrated that big anymore in Venezuela as before the crisis. They're trying to relive it again. Yeah, the celebrations for Carnival, they're very beautiful here. Oh, they made it so colorful, very colorful. Roberto is enjoying it as well. And over there, we have Simon Bolivar. It's Plaza Simon Bolivar. So of course, we have a big statue of Bolivar. Bolivar is the liberator of Venezuela. He made Grand Colombia, which was Venezuela, Colombia, and Ecuador, and part of Panama. He made it independent from the Spanish people. He made it into one big country, but then later the country broke down into 3-4 different other countries. He's born here in Caracas, the 24th of July, 1783, the liberator of Venezuela. And he died in Santa Marta in Colombia in 1830.
That's enough history lessons. Let's enjoy the city together again.
While we are leaving Plaza Bolívar, we're going to film some very interesting wall paintings about the collaboration between Russia and Venezuela. They're best friends. I think this is very fair to say it over here as well. There are many more signs all through the city to show how much they are best friends with Russia. With Cuba over here, they're best friends with Cuba. With Iran, a little bit further, it's all about Iran, Iranian people. Over there, you have a big general of Iran. Over here, you can see the big general. I showed this person to a friend of mine in Iran, and he said like, that this person is not very loved in Iran, or at least he has done a lot of bad things. Maybe it depends on who you ask, but a lot of people say like he didn't do very good things before Iran and Iraq. I think he got killed by the United States eventually. The two flags of Venezuela and Iran together. The street of the friendship between Iran and Venezuela. So I think here we're gonna see way much more paintings about Iran and Venezuela together. Okay, I don't know all what they mean, to be honest. I'm not too deep into the culture with Iran and stuff, so I can't explain everything. But yeah, it's obviously about the army, the military, things like that. I wish I could explain more. And here you have the people of Palestine, of course, how the people of Palestine are being suppressed right now, and how we should make peace for them, which is fair to say. And then Jesus Christ walking next to Imam Mahdi.
Imam Mahdi is a very important figure in the Muslim religion.
So this wall painting over here is basically quite cool, to say so. That's Jesus Christ, and that's Imam Mahdi, which is Muhammad Mahdi, which is basically like, no, I'm not an expert in Muslim culture, so sorry if I say something wrong, but from what I heard about people explain me, is that he's basically like the Muslim version of Jesus Christ, you can say so.
Basically, a beautiful message of how Christianity and Muslim can really work together side by side. We left the interesting wall paintings and walked further to the bustling streets of Caracas, which are really filled with police and military.
We got another interesting wall painting with Xi Jinping from China, Vladimir Putin from Russia, Colectivo Fundación. This seemed to be by the government-sponsored house. One has idealized all the leaders of the country. Oh, I think. ¿Qué es aquí? ¿Es una casa de
Colectivo revolucionario.
una cuál?
Colectivo revolucionario.
Colectivo revolucionario. Okay. ¿Vas a poder entrar? Ajá. Así es Maduro, ¿verdad? Sí.
Chávez.
Ah, eso es Chávez. Chávez, oh, okay, Chávez. The previous president, Chávez.
Sandino.
¿Quién es Sandino?
Nicaragua.
Ah, es de Nicaragua. Ok. Ella es...
Fidel Castro.
Ah, pero él no es la presidenta ahora. No.
Fue el luchador de Nicaragua.
¿Cuál es la presidenta de Nicaragua ahora?
Daniel Ortega.
Ortega.
Comandante Fidel.
¿Ah? Ah, Fidel, Cuba.
Este es Chávez, una concentración.
Ajá. Ok. ¿Eso es Che Guevara?
Che Guevara.
Che Guevara, sí. ¿Es de Argentina? ¿O
Argentino, pero ayudó en Cuba a liberar a Cuba.
Sí, Cuba. Fuiste en Congo también,
Al
África,
Congo y lo asesinan en
Angola. ¿Naciste en Bolivia?
En Bolivia.
Ok. Sí. Chávez, Moro Chávez. Okay. The house is just one big collection of photos of the leaders of the country. Entonces aquí es como una casa de revelación y toda la cosa.
El revolución.
Así.
Para defender a la patria.
Ajá.
Somos
Okay.
por los colectivos.
Los colectivos, ajá.
Claro. Colectivo Resistencia y Rebelión.
Ah, ok.
Pero en defensa del gobierno
Ajá.
ante cualquier invasión norteamericana.
Ajá. Sí.
Contra el imperialismo.
Sí. And then it was time to continue our wandering through Caracas. We've arrived at Plaza Caracas, and you can see a lot of beautiful buildings around, two big towers, a lot of buildings. They look very communistic to me, to be honest. These buildings over here, with those two big towers, they have a very communistic view how they come over to me. But you can see, like lots of years ago, I would say the 1980s or something, there must have been very beautiful towers, very rich. Right now, they don't look that well maintained anymore, damaged by the crisis. And over here, we arrived at the National Theater. This theater is actually very, very old, and I think they built it in 1930, or at least in 1930 it already existed. So it's a really big and beautiful theater, the National Theater, with Maduro or Chavez on the background. And we're just passing by the parliament again. You're not allowed to walk over there, only here. And look at the fountain in the middle. It's a very beautiful fountain. Let me close up into it. But yeah, it looks very, very beautiful. And yeah, there's a lot of security around. Luckily I can film so far. Nobody's making a problem out of it, but yeah, you're not allowed to come close. So right here we have, I don't know the name exactly of it, but it's a communistic statue. It's a statue which still shows the communists to it. And over there in the corner, we have a lot of police, riot police, just chilling. Like they are everywhere here. I don't know exactly why. Let's have another look to all the paintings over here. A lot of interesting paintings are there to find and see over here. So here we have different sayings about it, and here people are playing dominoes. They're playing domino games while chilling in the little park. I think the domino games should be quite important because they have a lot of spectators going on. We're gonna enter this church here in the middle of the city that we just found. The city is over here. The central bank, those two gigantic buildings, it's a really gigantic big central bank. I know, we're just gonna see how this church looks like. I'm quite curious. I'm gonna speak too loud right now, out of respect. It's beautiful, not that spectacular, but quite okay, quite beautiful. With the altar over there. After a little church visit, it was time to get going again. Oh, and over here we found the local sport place. It's very colorful, which makes it very beautiful. Robert, go join them.
I would love to. They play football.
Play some football. Well, we didn't. We found yet another beautiful church in front of us. A lot of flags before it as well. Well, let's go and explore what this church is about. So this church we won't be allowed to enter. It looks like all the gates are closed, so we can't enter it. But it's very green around it. A very beautiful park. People playing football over here. Just street football. Some of them are quite skilled, to be honest. And as everywhere in Caracas, you have the mighty mountains on the background. Beautiful green mountains. Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, is often described by official Western sources as the most dangerous city in the world outside of a war zone.
This infamous reputation likely stems from the extreme severe crisis this country went through between 2017 and 2019. However, while I had to stay aware of my surroundings, of course, I personally felt quite safe wandering through all the corners of the city. The only problems I once in a while faced were the corrupt and sometimes even aggressive police officers.
We're arriving at the next center park where we have a gigantic red tower. 200 years of independence, that's the name of the tower what's on top of it. And over there, the White House. That White House over there is the birdhouse of Simon Bolivar, the liberator of Venezuela, Colombia, Panama and Ecuador from the Spanish, Simon Bolivar. So this house right here, the White House as well, the White House and this house, the both of them together are literally the birdhouse of Simon Bolivar. This is where he's born and where he got raised. So right now, we arrived at the streets of the Umbrella. It's a very beautiful street, full of umbrellas, very colored. And next to it, you have the little artisanal stores. Let's enter them and see what we can all find over here. All kind of small things you can buy over here. Oh, it's very colorful, lo siento, and very buzzy. Yeah, but it's not really a touristy artisanal store, I would say. Just all kind of shit, all kind of things, whatever, all kind of small things, whatever you need, you probably find it somewhere here. It'll just be difficult to find exactly where, because it's really a lot of stuff, but somewhere here it must be. I mean, they have everything from clothes to carnival, to roses for your girlfriends, to something about beer. Zulia has a local beer, little cars for children, everything you can find it here. All the small, cheap things, it will be here. What the hell is this? It's a spoon for babies in a very wrong setting. We're getting quite late here in the city center of Caracas, so it's time to go back. So we're gonna look for the metro and head home again. The metro station is just over there. Luckily, we didn't have to wait too long before the metro arrived. The Caracas metro, which was built in 1983, feels like it hasn't been updated ever since and still gives a very old but cool vibe. We're right back in Chacao, the part of the city of Caracas where our apartment is located at, so it's going to be the end. And to sum up Caracas in just a few words, it's very difficult. In general, you can see it used to be a beautiful, flourishing city in the 1980s, 90s, early 2000s. You can see it used to be beautiful, just like the metro I just took. It's a beautiful metro back in that time, but nothing has been updated ever since. It's a beautiful city that must have been in the 2000s, but right now, nothing has been updated. They have gone through an amazing crisis. It's not as dangerous anymore as people say. During 2017, 18, 19, 20 as well, during the heaviest parts of the crisis, it was so unsafe here. By now it's quite okay. I can walk with my camera on the streets, even though it's dark, not too many problems, so that's quite okay. Just the only thing you can see is that the crisis headed at the heart, and everything still looks like the time didn't move on. Everything is still from the 20s, from the early 20s, from the 1990s. Every building is still from that. But other than that, it's a really beautiful city. It's beautiful to see. Very vibrant, very going, and the people are so amazingly friendly. So this is gonna be the end of my vlog. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up to the video and subscribe to my channel. Ciao!